Hello and welcome. This is Abhishek from CloudFront Technologies. In this video, we will walk through how we can deploy OneDrive for Business automatically on the Android devices using Microsoft Intune, and then managing OneDrive using the administrative templates available within Microsoft Intune. Administrative templates are actually responsible to facilitate the management of registry-based policies that allows to configure many settings on Windows machine. And with the availability of these templates in Intune, um, it is helping administrators to easily manage application on Windows 10 or later devices using device configuration profiles. And what profile is in Intune, it basically lets you configure settings and then push them to the devices in organization. So right now I'm in the Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center, which is endpoint.microsoft.com, and let's see how to use OneDrive for Business using Intune. And once this is done, this will automatically install Office apps on all the Android devices. We'll click on Apps. We'll go to All Apps. Under All Apps, we'll click on Add. So you see app type over here. You need to find Microsoft 365 apps from the top down, and since this is for Windows 10 devices, we'll select Windows 10. Let's click on select, since we have selected our apps. Now here are some settings which are available. No need to do anything over here. You can go ahead and just click on next once you review these. Now configure the app suite. The configuration settings format, and configure the app suite. So basically you just need to select the apps you wanna deploy automatically, and we are talking about OneDrive over here, so I will also click on OneDrive. If you want, you can remove some other apps over here from here. Now I have selected OneDrive, so these are the apps which will automatically get deployed to all the Android devices. Now I'll keep all these settings as it is. Architecture 64-bit is fine. Update channel, you can select how frequently you want to update these apps. So we can just select semi-annual or semi-annual request channel maybe. And once it is done, leave these settings as is and then click on next. So once this is done, we are in the assignment tabs right now. Here we need to select for whom you need to deploy these apps. So basically we have certain options: required, available for enrolled devices, install. Required means whoever is added, like whichever group or individuals are added to this particular assignment, these Office apps will automatically get deployed for all those users automatically. And now we have the other options called available for enrolled devices, and any groups assigned over here or any individuals assigned over here, for them the apps will be available, and then they can go ahead and deploy those app on their own. But since we want these apps to be deployed automatically on the devices, we will add the users or the groups in the required option. So how to do that? I've already created a group in which I've added all my enrolled users, and I'll go ahead and select that particular group from here. And once I select it, then click on next. I'll review my settings over here, and then I'll click on create. So this is how you can automatically deploy OneDrive for Business or Microsoft apps, you can say, for all the Android devices. Okay, now in proceeding to the next part, we also want to see. Okay, so this will basically gonna take time. When the policy will get pushed to all the devices, and it will take some time for all the apps to be deployed. Now, once the app is deployed, the next part of our video is to how we can manage the OneDrive app for Business application using Microsoft Intune. So for that, you need to go to devices. Then again, it's for Windows device. I'll just click on Windows. You have several other platforms as well. Now I'll click on Windows, and then as I said, we will need to create a profile. So I'll just click on configuration profiles, then create profile. Over here we need to select the platform, whether we want it for Windows 10 and later or Windows 8.1 and later. So I'll just proceed with Windows 10 later, and then profile type. Since we are going to use administrative templates, we'll select profile type as template. Then from here, template name, obviously we'll choose administrative templates, and then click on create. Now give a name to your profile, like uh, managing OneDrive business. You can put some description as well, and then click on next. So we are in the configuration settings tab right now. We have all settings: computer configuration, user configuration. Either we can go to computer configuration or user configuration. uh, After going to that, we will need to search for OneDrive over here, since we have to manage OneDrive. So basically, if you search for OneDrive, you see all the settings for OneDrive will be appearing over here, or else you can simply scroll down and click on OneDrive over here. Now you can see all the settings available in within the administrative template. Now the first thing what is important for us to, once the uh, OneDrive business app is deployed for all on all the enrolled devices, uh, what we need to do is, like, the first settings which comes into mind is that the user on the enrolled devices on OneDrive for Business should be uh, configured automatically and silently. So here we're gonna find one setting which is silently sign in to users to the OneDrive sync app with the Windows credentials. Now we'll go ahead and enable this. We can review the setting over here, and then you can choose enabled and click on OK. Okay, so silently signing users to the OneDrive. So OneDrive is deployed now. The users are silently logged in to the OneDrive sync app. Now what else we need to enable? So we will see what other settings are available, like allow OneDrive to disable Windows permission. No, this is not required. So basically, you can review all the settings, and depending upon your organization requirements, you can, enable or disable these all these settings. Now, so files on demand is also one of the important thing in OneDrive for Business. So I'll go ahead and enable that as well. Use OneDrive files on demand. So I'll just go ahead and enable this as well. Files on demand is also enabled. Now, what else settings is required? Mm, Set the maximum size of users OneDrive that can download automatically. If you want to set this, it's fine. It's not required by me, so I'll just skip this. So basically, you need to go one by one, go through one by each setting one by one, and then you can decide which one to enable and which one not to enable. Yeah, then prevent users from moving their Windows known folders to OneDrive. Uh, if you want that users should not be able to, move their desktop documents and these Windows known folders to their OneDrive, you can enable that. So it will prevent uh, users from doing that. Prompt users to move Windows known folders to OneDrive. If you want that the user's desktop and documents, these folders needs to be synced with OneDrive, you can go ahead and enable that. And because basically what happens is sometimes users has most of the data or document user stores on desktop, and sometimes it is critical document, so it needs to be synced with the OneDrive. So in that case, if that is a requirement, as that is the case in your organization, you can enable that. So yeah, for enabling that, you need to click on enabled, and then it will ask for the tenant ID. And if you want to, you can get the tenant ID from portal.azure.com. So let's get the tenant ID from there. I'll just search over here, maybe tenant properties. I'll click on tenant properties, and here you'll find your tenant ID. You see, your there's a tenant ID. You can just copy it from here and then paste it. Click on OK. Yeah, so these are the settings which is required by me, so I'll just click on next. Then scope tags, we'll skip this tab. Assignments, again we need to include group or users to whom we want this administrative template to be configured. So we'll go ahead and add group. um, so I have a security group available in which all the users are there who are enrolled. So I'll just select the security group and then click on select. If you want to exclude some users, you can do that as well, and then click on next. Review your settings. So there's a name of the profile. These are the three configuration settings for OneDrive for Business we've enabled, and we've included security group in which all the users are added, and I'll go ahead and click on create. Once it is done, it will show up over here, managing OneDrive Business. So yeah, this is how we can deploy OneDrive for Business using Microsoft Intune, and then we can manage OneDrive for Business using these valuable administrative templates within Microsoft Intune. So yeah, thank you so much.